of guardsman armor. Do you want it to be colored? Have an insignia on
Sure.
it?
Black.
Let's put
Okay.
the Adeptus Mechanicus insignia on it and the colors.
Ah. Alright. So you now have guardsman armor, guardsman carapace. That is a armor rating of 5 in every area now except for your head. So you might want to change that.
Okay,
Make a note of
Bobby,
it.
You can write that down.
Yeah. Make a
Could
note
he,
of that
can
either in
can I
your...
ask something just out of character
Yes.
here?
Good.
So could he later craft the helmet to go for it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Armor crafting is compartmentalized.
Just out of character, I'm gonna have. He said you could break down stuff from equipment, right?
Yeah.
For iron. Well, I'm gonna have some spare stuff, but I'll be like, my character will likely be jumbling what to do with this stuff, so you may pick up on that. We'll see.
Okay, so I'll try to make everything as concise into a recipe form as possible for you, Getty and Bobby, since you're having to write this down for him. Just
Could you,
make note of what
sorry,
the
give me
recipe
the armor
is.
rating again? It's
Yes,
5,
it's
right?
it's 5 everywhere except for your head now, since you don't have the helmet. That's the
Okay.
guardsman carapace, and remember that it does have an Adeptus Mechanicus symbol on its shoulder shoulder pad.
Maybe that's is it a
And what,
small one?
Well, yeah, it's pretty small, but I mean, you're a tech priest. You now have mechandandrite and implant, so it's kind of hard
Yeah,
to
I
see.
guess.
It's fine. Like you can wear that with pride.
Yeah, I
You're
know,
tech
but if
priest.
there's like chaos or something, whatever.
There's, it's So did you happen to say what color you'd like to make this to?
It's the Adeptus Mechanicus robe is what, like yellow
It's
or orange?
like a dark red, and with
Right,
an
right.
orange
Yeah,
lining.
now I remember. Yeah, I'll take the red.
Okay, so you make it like a dark red. So your like the pauldrons and outline are such sort of match your robe, and you're able to fit your robe over the armor, and it sort of juts out a tiny bit, but it looks like you look a bit buffer from it.
Cool.
It looks as if you're
Kind of
wearing.
looks like my picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually.
Beefcake.
So anyone next?
Can I find a bag to carry my old freaking equipment in?
Don't worry about that. That's hard. That's the hardcore. That's the most hardcore form of RP. Like, you're fine. You have.
Okay, so I'm somehow just I'm carrying it with the
Yeah.
power of the warp, or I've got to
Yeah.
dimension or something. Okay.
What did you roll? There?
Oh, I'm beating up the target dummies.
Probably
Gotcha.
broke them all with that.
All right. So anyone else?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, go ahead. You go first.
I would like to, there's an armory on our ship, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well I'd like to go there.
He's a requisition officer.
Requisition officer. I'd like to meet the requisition officer.
Okay.
And I'd like to
So-
okay,
Okay. Go ahead. Well,
I'll
let me
RP it, I'll
let me
RP
just-
it.
I'll walk you through it. So you make your way through the winding tunnels of the destroyer until you finally get to the requisition officer in the barracks. He looks at you. He's a very staunch man with a white mustache and bald head. He says, he looks at you coming, but doesn't he doesn't talk to you yet.
I say hail. To get his attention.
Ah, yes. Hail.
I present my force staff and my automatic snub pistol, and I said I would like to turn these over to the armory, as in I have gained weapons sufficient enough that I do not need their help anymore. So I hand them the weapons.
Mighty Oculite, thank you for your grave donation to my armory. Yes, what can I do for you?
Sorry.
Why does he sound Indian?
He's Slav. It's a Slav impersonation.
Chinese Russian.
Welcome to Shitty Beast.
Shitty walk.
Go ahead.
So I'm like, while I was here, I was wondering if you had anything in the way of head armor that is just laying around.
Yes. Head armor. I have this guardman's pattern head carapace here. Perhaps you might see if it fits you.
Alright, I'd like to try on the carapace. Now, how does the carapace look exactly?
The carapace is sort of the color of the guard.
Yep.
It's a sort of dark green and
Fine, I
white
like that
tan.
color.
Yeah.
Alright, but I'm like, shape-wise, does it like cover like all the way down to my neck, and does it cover my face at all, or?
It covers. Okay, so it's not it's not a boarding helmet, so it's just covering your head.
Okay. Alright, I'll take these.
Yes. Here you go.
I'll try
And
it.
If I'd
just sort of-
known.
he sort of tosses you this helmet. Did you
If I know
ask?
we had a armory.
Did you ask? You did not.
That's
Did
one of
not
the things
ask.
I didn't even think of asking.
Alright.
You didn't think of it.
Well, I did ask if we could find guns anywhere. It's kind of weird that Severus didn't mention we had a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, no,
armory.
he never. Yeah, we
Well,
asked.
Severus
these
is a
things,
Jew,
and the only
obviously.
one we've ever heard of was Severus. That's why I went to him.
Alright, so do I need to roll to see if this fits?
In my anger of denouncing all tech priest hell, can I head to the armory to go talk to the Russian?
Yes.
Okay, now
Well, I
I'm
think
just.
Severus would have mentioned the armory to me as well.
After
you
I
didn't
asked
ask
him for both
specifically.
weapons.
I did. I asked him where I could find weapons or supplies, and he didn't mention the armory.
Well, to be
He must
fair,
be, like, full on
yesterday they did
retard.
say he's gonna make me a weapon or sword out of the armory on the ship. So
Yeah, I mean, I did say that. Like the Inquisitor did tell you that you could, that you know, the assassins can and guardsmen can pick some stuff up that they would want on the armory. I had only assumed that you wanted specific Adeptus Mechanicus items, so you'd have to speak to Tech Priest for that. But I mean, if you wanted to look for just average sort of stuff.
I now walk past Roy, now
Wait.
grumbling and angry.
Just grumbling everywhere.
So hold on. He's like, he sort of sees you enter. He's like, hold on. I have a line here. You see, and you just, he points to.
Start pulling at my hair,
Gordius.
getting even angry.
So Gordius, you
Yes.
receive your Guardsman Carapace helmet,
Alright,
and it is a 5 armor value to your head.
that is good. Is there any chance I can find sunglasses to wear along with this?
Sunglasses.
Would there be like an attachment, like that would stop glare?
You wanted sunglasses
Well,
attachment.
I do have this very fine from my home world,
attachment for his face.
excellent face
Oakleys.
guard here.
Very
Yes.
good Oakley.
As you can see here, many pilots use this to guard themselves from the sun
Yes.
or solar
Yes.
energies. And he
Give it
gets
to me. Cough, cough.
he gets a bandana and he sort of gives it to you.
A bandana.
Just cover your eyes with you.
Gives me a bandana.
Oh, that's great.
Is it actually like a visor or is it?
It is an actual bandana.
No, cool. I will now tie this behind my
Yeah,
head
It looks like a fucking caddis.
and then throw my helmet over top of it to prevent chafing of my head and my hair.
Cool.
I'm
Like
I'm
a
very
breast
happy.
cancer survivor.
Please, if that is all, I have a line, and he points to Todius.
Thank you
angry,
very
static
thank you
line.
very much.
Well, hang on. Can I make a perception roll to
Hold on.
figure out that everyone's going to the armory? Because I think I should know.
Wait, he's
Wait, first I gotta finish my conversation.
Screams that are echoing throughout the
Nice perception roll, Kenny.
You have no idea there is an armory on this ship.
I think someone is being horrifically tortured by the sounds of the anguished howls from the ship.
I say thank you, Ivan, and I go about my business.
I
Wait,
put-
I
I
thought you
put-
were
my
on
name,
this thing.
my name is not Ivan. My name is Euphemy.
Oh, sorry for me. I'm sorry. You,
Thank you.
you remind me of an old friend I had back in my
Like a
homeworld.
girl's name.
Yes. Okay.
As Gordius is attempting to walk out, I roughly shove him aside and I scream. In the
Can I make
name
a
of the
strength
God
check?
Emperor."
Strength test to oppose him. He's shoving me, so that's I get to oppose that.
Actually, you're a cleric. You shouldn't be invoking the name of the Emperor so often.
This is no.
I'm
This
just
is
saying.
this is
You
so
use it like a
frustrating.
swear word. I'm just saying.
I'm using it in
Damn.
his righteous fury.
I get shoved aside and stumble out the door, I guess.
I am the embodiment of his anger in
Antonius,
this moment.
you charge forward, angry at the fact that you were not able to get a chain weapon
Or a flamer.
He's like throwing a fit like a baby.
And he just shoves you aside, and you just.
Okay, let's
Run up.
two members of the Adeptus Academy that failed to make anything resembling a chainsword or a flamer, and I'm just exasperated about no one is failed out.
Anyways, Euphemy, because you should be like, oh yes, priest. What can I do for you?
Excellent.
I take a few deep breaths, attempting to calm myself down, and I said, "My brother, I have been seeking this entire day for someone that could help me with my problem of requisitioning weapons. Can I trust in you to help me with this?"
Well, you'd have to. I don't believe I have such weapons.
It's a bunch of forms.
A flamer or a chainsword. Well, perhaps this may be of use. And he pulls out a requisition form and hands it to you.
I grab the requisition form, and I fill it out.
He's like, oh yes, my good cleric friend. Yes, you shall receive your requisition within maybe 6 to 7 months.
I tear the requisition part in half. At the top, I scream in frustration once again.
Can I make a
And
perception roll to hear that scream?
Go for it.
Oh, there you go.
Gallus, you hear the greatest scream of frustration that has ever.
Sirs walking in the hall grab their head in pain.
Okay, I go towards the screaming because I figure it's probably Antonius.
Oh, I quickly turn around because I forgot something at the armory.
Hold on, my friend.
I get back and I queue back up.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Now, my friend Antonius, what can Eupheme do else for you?
I'd simply give him one look of just disgust and anger, and I just storm out, just disgusted of how this ship purports to be the most heavily. Oh, I just can't.
He's still shirtless throughout all of this. He's just half naked and yelling.
Still sweating for some reason.
I just
He's sweating
storm
in
out.
anger.
I just storm out in anger, and I just
Eupheme-
go. I head to the
Eupheme-
practice cages, and I
Eupheme
punch.
sees you, he says, "Don't blame me, friend. Eupheme can't do much about this. It's the administratum you have a problem with."
I just curse. I can't even think straight. I storm out, immediately go to the practice cages, and I punch. I start beating all the dummies down with my bare fists.
I'd like to find Gallus after Roy's done
Okay, so
looting
I'm
the armory a
at
bit
the
more.
armory now.
I'm not
Yes,
looting the armory. I
He
need.
says, yes. Tech priest, please, queue up in line.
Okay, I'll queue up
Yes,
in line.
my friend Gordius,
Hey,
or...
I said
what
you
is
for
it
me.
that
I'm
you
sorry.
think?
I forgot something. I said, do you
Yeah.
have a very heavy sort of throwing weapon, such as a star or
Well,
a
I do have this.
Fucking ninja.
It is a very fair world weapon, very primitive, but you know what they say, the more primitive, the easier to use, yes?
yes.
And he sort of grabs a bag, and inside is a javelin.
What kind of
It's a
shitty
javelin.
armory is this?
What year are we in?
So
Do we only have javelins?
so he's a javelin. What is the javelin's damage?
Dungeons and Dragons, guys. What are you talking about?
A javelin is 1d10, no bonus.
I'm like, thanks very much. Then I want to go to where I know service is.
I see him
Do you
leaving,
not
and I
mind
recommend
if
to him that I could put...
No, thank you.
Possibly.
Javelin's not quite what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a heavy metal object.
I could electrify it for
Okay,
you, possibly.
well,
You don't have
That
like
is
a
what
you don't
you-
have like a ball and chain mate, like a flail laying around in the back.
Fuck.
a flail, well, maybe Eupheme might have something like that. Just give me a moment.
Hey, what the fuck is this shitty armory?
He goes back and he says, let me just check this
We
back
just
here.
gave our last flare out. It came with the last morning star.
Yes! Yes!
Well, Eupheme did seem to find this little knife. It goes vroom vroom, and he hands you a chain knife.
Wait, does he turn on a taser? Does he turn
I'm like,
on?
oh,
Yes,
this looks
he
useful.
does.
Can I
Thank
do an
you.
awareness check?
Thank you.
I heard him just
Yes,
fucking
go
turn on
for
chain
it.
ornament. I use a fate point in my.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, there he goes.
I heard it.
And
He's
so-
tuned in.
You're so mad. You're so fucking mad. You hear a slight engine go off and goes. Zzzz, and
I
you
turn-
recognize that to be a chain engine from a weapon.
Turn around, immediately heading back to the armory.
He's sprinting at this point.
And Eupheme sees just, oh, Antonius, yes, and he hands Gordius the chain knife. and says,
Thank you, thank you.
please, get in line. I have many people waiting.
Thank you very much.
I scream, "Are you kidding me?"
I start walking by. I'm twitching it on and off as I walk by out of the room.
Well, I didn't think I had it in stock.
I look behind him, see the rows of shitty spears and flails. And I asked him, "What kind of armor are you? Where are all the equipment that we need? Show me everything now." I do an intimidate roll. I'm so mad I tried to intimidate this piece of shit.
Alright, go ahead.